Welcome to online classes. This is the second video of your first chapter series. In the last class, we have studied what is a software, what is a program, what are different kind of softwares we use in a system, and what are the softwares that we use to solve our own problems. In this video, we'll study about some application softwares that help us in solving our daily problems. For example, Excel. Excel is an electronic spreadsheet program that can be used for storing, organizing, and manipulating data. When you look at Excel screen, you see a rectangular table or a grid of rows and columns. It looks like this. A rectangular shape, a table, rows and columns, correct? The horizontal rows are identified by numbers 1, 2, 3, horizontal rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the vertical columns with letters alphabet A, B and C. For the columns beyond 26, A, Z, M, see? It starts with double letter A, AB, AC, AE, etc. And it goes on. Each cell is denoted by its address, where row and column cross the points. That is its cell address. For example, for the column that I am currently in is D9. If I move here, it is E10. This is its cell reference. A cell is a basic unit for storing data and spreadsheet, because in Excel spreadsheets contain thousands of these cells. Each is given a cell reference or address to identify it. Like I've showed you just now, when we select a cell, it is a reference for something or some formula that we can use later on. And what are the data types? Formulas and functions. If we look at the Excel sheet, click here, you can see different types of numbers here. A, B, C in general, number, currency, accounting, short date, long date, time, fraction, scientific, etc. This denotes what kind of data is present in the cell. That is its data type. If we want to compute something, we can add simple formulas, A plus B or 2 plus 1. It's a simple plus 1 formulas. You can donate the cell references. And functions. Functions are built-in functions, or say built-in formulas in Excel sheets. It's in here, formulas. If you go there, you click, there are different kind of formulas that you can use that are already defined. You don't need to type them down. Excel and financial data. Spreadsheets are often used to store financial data. If you take a look back, a few years back, if you go into an office or if you want to complete something, you open a book and there's a sheet filled with data, long data. With the help of Excel now, with electronic spreadsheets, we can use and calculate things way easily and way faster. Formulas and functions that are used on this type of data include performing basic mathematical operations, from basic mathematical operations to high profile calculations. A simple calculations can be of finding average, minimum or maximum values, and we can give logic to it. For example, if we conclude COUNTIF function, a simple function, count to count something, right? If is a logic, an expression, a condition. COUNTIF function is similar to the average and the sum function. You specify the range you wish to include, and Excel counts only the number of values contained in the range. The range that you decide that you want to look at, the Excel will return that value only. The COUNTIF function allows you to use criteria to focus in on the specific values, right? And be careful you learn the syntax, because it's important. If you want to explain some formula, you need to know write down the syntax as well. The syntax is equal to COUNTIF, bracket start, range, and then criteria. What is the criteria that you want to use? If you open an Excel sheet, we have some data, serial number, product, year, sales banner, region. Now this table is really small, right? And if I want to look at the number of sales happened in South region, I can just open the sheet and count. It's just 2. Imagine it's a long list, a long sheet. What do? We'll just put in COUNTIF function. Like I've said, count South region in series, right? I want to know what South is. How many South came into the sheet. So what I'll do is I'll put in the function is equal to COUNTIF from where? F2 to F5. If you can clearly see, F2 to F5 is the range that I want the Excel sheet to count from here to here, right? What I want later on, count what? South. Now this function will allow me to know that South came in only twice in the sheet. So the condition is satisfied. If we go further on, there are logical formulas, if, and, or, and not. If all the function in Excel, the if function is most important. In fact, it's the if statement in most software programs that really give computers logic and power. We can also use this powerful tool with Excel if function. The if function performs a test to determine, this is very important, the if function performs a test to determine if the condition is true or false. If the condition is true, it will return a specific value. If the condition is false, it will return the value that you will decide, a specific value as well. It depends on the condition that you will give. The syntax is if condition that you want to apply, this is a condition that you need to check, then value you need to display. If this is false, display this. If this is true, display this. If function can be used in conjunction with other functions, and, or, not, etc. But this is a simple function for if condition. Following the steps flow to create the condition test, if the condition is true or not. If condition formula. Let's say we need to analyze a cricket score, a cricketer. We need to analyze if that cricketer is eligible to go on a tour or not. Correct? But we'll need to figure out data from World Cup, number of World Cups he played, Wills Cup he played, Pepsi Cup, and on an average, what are his scores? What is his age? Correct? For an average also I can use this formula. Average from which column to which column. Correct? Now, for a condition to satisfy, I've used this. If F4, it means age is greater than 34. The condition is age 34, is satisfied, then you can go on a tour. Otherwise, no tour. Condition is not satisfied. This is what comes up. If the age is beyond, then tour, and otherwise, no tour. Simple. Correct? If we go further, the same worksheet, and we can include and as well in the same sheet. Now this will check two conditions at the same time. If and two conditions satisfied, F4 greater than 37 and E4 greater or is equal to 26, then this will print. The player should go or not. See? A simple, we have to look average or age as well, and age, sorry. The condition is if bracket starts, F4 is greater than 37, if the first condition is F4, the age is greater than 37, and comma E4 greater than or is equal to 26, average is greater than or is equal to 26, then you should go on a tour. Otherwise, no. Both the condition has to be satisfied. In this table, you can see for both conditions, only one player is satisfying the condition. Vlookup, also called vertical lookup. Sometimes you need to look up a value in another table. For example, if you are teaching or a teacher keeping grade sheets, you might want to Excel to look up letters grade corresponding to your students' test scores, right? A VLOOKUP. For example, here I have the sheet. Let's say result of some specific class, different subjects, right? I want to know grade of a certain student. This is a very small sheet, a very, very small sheet. Imagine sheet of whole school or a certain class with 50 students or so. A teacher cannot go and look individually what the score of the student is. So what they'll do is they come up with a Vlookup formula, a vertical line. In a simple line, I will give a condition in this cell to look for a value. VLOOKUP value of this cell means the value in this cell B13, that is from which range, A3 to H9, from whole table. I will decide then from number of columns 1, 2, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The value that I'm seeking is in 8th column, and 0. The range condition is exact match or not. We'll talk about it later on. But the condition that I'm giving is that I need a value, a grade of certain student that I've filled in this cell. For this, the grade is B. If I change the value here, let's say Dhoni, D-H-O-N-I, the grade automatically changes. This is what simplifies our sheets, spreadsheets. This is why we use Excel, an electronic sheet formula. This is just a range lookup. Now in next class, we'll talk about HTML, markup language. This concludes this video, second part of your first chapter. If you have any questions, do let me know.